And welcome back to Academic Reports in English. In this final lesson, we will look at the last stage of writing, which is editing. Trying to make your work look as accurate as possible and as beautiful as it can be. So, let's get to it. Editing is the last stage in the writing process. The report is finished and there are no new sections to add. Now is the time to have a final check on the language to make sure it's accurate and to make minor changes so that it reads as smoothly as possible, and of course to make sure your report looks good. Every writer has their own weaknesses, and if English is not your first language, your mistakes will probably reflect that first language. Many languages, for example, do not have an article system, a or an or the, and this can be a very tricky area for those people. However, even if English is your first language, it's still easy to make small mistakes, so you need to carefully proofread your report. If you can, try to learn from previous reports to build up a picture of what your potential problems might be, and then you can pay special attention to them. There are a number of common errors that writers might frequently make in their reports. Each writer will have their own weak area, so it's difficult to generalise, but here are 4 typical ones. Articles, verb-subject agreement, tenses, and prepositions and particles. And let's just have a look at some simple examples that come from our model report. Okay, first of all, looking at articles. Here we have working on task or trying to solve problem can be lonely and difficult. So there's a little mistake here. We need a or the in front of task, and in this case it's actually a, and we need a or the in front of problem. Secondly, let's look at verb-subject agreement. People, which is a plural subject, needs to have a plural verb, and is wrong, so we change it to are. People are social animals. Thirdly, tenses. Such almost instant global contact and idea exchange is not possible even just a few years ago. So a few years ago is in the past, so we need to change the verb to the simple past tense, was. And finally, prepositions and particles. This means working by others. By sounds a little bit strange. Probably with others is better. This means working with others. So what you can do is try and figure out the common errors that you make and focus attention on those when you are editing your report. As mentioned before, most computers and smartphones will highlight possible spelling and grammar errors, usually with a red or blue underline. All you need to do is right-click and your computer will suggest a possible option to correct the error. This is a marvellous function and we encourage all writers to use it. However, you need to be a little careful because sometimes the computer will highlight an error when there isn't one. One thing to be aware of is that there are different spelling systems in different countries, most commonly American versus UK spelling. Check with your teacher or target publication which system is preferred. Sometimes it is not important as long as you use the same system throughout your report. Okay, let's just check our errors. First of all, spelling. Let's right click. You can see there's different options and we choose spelling and the red goes away. And then grammar, just one option, grammar. And talking of options, several here. Option. Here we have a blue underline. Let's just see what that means. There's a space missing. And if you're not sure, in this program you can check the grammar and it gives you a little explanation for what's happened. Let's just cancel that and go back to the blue spelling, and it's gone, and then throughout. Okay, and then there's a deliberate mistake. I missed out it. And that's how to use your computer automatic check. Finally, it's really important to make your report look as beautiful as possible. As we discovered in the last lesson, there are a number of important ways that you can make your report look good. These are to use white space, don't have a cramped, busy look, don't have too many text effects, and try and make your title and headings stand out, but don't add lots of other kinds of styles and fonts. If you're a student, make sure you follow the rules of your school, the title, the name, the word count, and so on. And if you're writing for publication, follow exactly what the target publication states. In this final lesson, we've learnt about editing, the last stage of the writing process. This involves checking the accuracy of your language, including the grammar and spelling, making any minor final changes to help the report read smoothly, and making sure that your report looks beautiful. Look at your own reports. Do you have any consistent grammar problems? Make sure you check these in particular. Check that you have enough details and support, and one section connects logically and clearly to the next. Finally, make sure you have plenty of white space and that your report looks beautiful. We hope that you've enjoyed this course on writing academic reports. Writing academically is a very challenging thing to do, and doing it in a second language is not easy. But if you follow the advice in this course and keep practicing as much as possible, you should be a more confident, clear and logical writer. The best of luck to you.